In this video, I'm going to reveal how I made $1.6 million in revenue as a super affiliate during 2020. Hey, what's going on? It's Thomas, and wow, it's been a long time since my last YouTube video, and I quite clearly remember in several of those videos that I'd done previously that I mentioned that I was going to consistently do YouTube videos. It never happened. I apologize. Hands up, things got in the way. You know, it was a little bit of hard work trying to get all this business built up. So I am going to be making a real big effort. And again, I've said it before, but this time, you know, it's going down as a big goal to get the YouTube channel really pumping. You know, I'm going to really put massive effort into it. There's a lot of super affiliate, there's a lot of affiliate marketing content out on YouTube, but I really want to make a big shout to make the best channel, the best content. So it's going to be a big push to make that happen in 2021. And it's not going to happen by not putting any videos out there. So I am going to be consistently making a huge effort to get, you know, at least twice a week videos up. Who knows? If I get the time and the content's there, maybe even daily. We'll see, but no promises. Definitely twice a week. But anyway, let's get into it. So if you're new to the channel, if you're new to affiliate marketing, if you're looking for ways to make money online, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for the notifications. That way, you're going to get notified when I drop a new video. And if it's something that catches your attention, especially if you're looking to make money online or looking for ways to build an affiliate marketing business or scale your affiliate marketing business, there's definitely going to be content that I'm going to be dropping that's going to be of interest to you. So make sure you hit that bell notification. All right, so again, for those who don't know me and for those who haven't watched my previous videos, I basically got started full-time as an affiliate back last year in January 2020, okay? Now, I dabbled previously and I'd been running Facebook ads as a agency, so servicing local businesses, roofers, window installers, mortgage brokers, basically generating leads using Facebook ads for them as a client, right? And I just got sick of that type of work. But I had the experience of Facebook ads and obviously, looking at the numbers and the statistics and like optimizing and scaling on all that good stuff, right? So I had the experience there. So I wanted to transition from that to affiliate marketing, which is what I did in January. And I got started promoting lead gen offers, okay? So obviously I was running roofing ads, running mortgage broker ads for, my local clients. So what I decided to do was find the, offers out there, affiliate offers out there that would basically pay me per lead as opposed to servicing, a client who's paying me a monthly retainer. So that's what I did. And it got off to an immediate awesome start, from basically what I was doing already, but on a grand scale, instead of just targeting a 25-mile radius of a city, I was targeting the whole of the United States, which is way more easy, way cheaper traffic, and obviously a lot more volume there as well. So I was able to do that and obviously generate some decent numbers. We're talking, 10K one month and then maybe 30K the next month. And, it was quickly scaling, up from 10K, maybe, I can't remember the exact numbers in January, but 10, 15K. And then the next month was, 25, 30K. And then the next month was around the same. So it was quickly going up. But around that time, and this was COVID-19 was whatever, January or whenever, but like it was pre-world shutdown, which was around March. So like I was already thinking I want to diversify because obviously I was running these lead gen offers through a CPA network and they all had a cap on the offers, right? So I could only send, let's say, 100 leads per day. So if I was getting paid $10 per lead and I was filling my cap every day, that would mean my cap of earnings would be $1,000, right? 10 times 100, my 100 lead cap, $1,000. So I would only be able to earn a maximum of $1,000 on that one offer. So either I would have to have, a huge amount of offers, which would require a lot more work, or I'd have to increase the cap. And, if there's 10 affiliates all sharing the main cap of this network, it can take some time to get, increase that cap. So what I did was I started looking at diversifying in ways that I could scale and make more money, which led me down the road of Clickbank. And by the way, I've got a video about diversifying, so I'm going to link to that somewhere in this video and underneath in the description. So if you're interested in looking and learning a little bit more about my thoughts on why diversifying offers, networks, niches, traffic sources is important, make sure you check that video out. So anyway, I looked at Clickbank, and obviously Clickbank services most of the world. It's probably the biggest affiliate network. It mainly focuses on digital products, okay? So ebooks, online video courses, but it has a range of supplements. And you know, the supplements have been around for a while on Clickbank, but in the last 18 months or so, they've been incredibly hot, really, really hot. Weight loss supplements, tinnitus supplements, you know, skin, everything, all these different ailments that you can get. Anyway, so I was looking at Clickbank offers, and obviously because most of the digital offers on Clickbank are available worldwide, okay, it's not just in the US or in a couple of countries. You can sell anywhere in the world apart from a handful of countries which Clickbank doesn't allow because of fraudulent issues that they've had with those countries before. Anyway, so I started dabbling and I got on to Research, which was one of I think the second or third really big weight loss supplement that hit the market, okay? And I was pretty early on. It was around mid-March when I was able to jump on it, and instantly was to a profit, right? It was quite new to the marketplace. It was quite new to Facebook ads. They hadn't really seen that much of this type of thing before. You know, the really Clickbank offers, if you know them, they usually have like a 45 to an hour long video or VSL that's written by a very, very high converting and skillful copywriter. And so, you know, they really suck people in and they really do a good job of selling. So when they launch and you get a really good product, it really hits the market hard. So I was able to jump on that and was maybe making some decent profit, you know, getting weight loss offers working, Research to start, and then jumped on a few others throughout the year. And obviously this happened just as COVID-19 really took over the world. So like, I think the lockdown in the UK happened around mid-March. In fact, it's literally just been a year. So it was I think it was a year yesterday. So it's the 23rd of March last year when the UK went into lockdown. And I think it was similar around the world. I think there was a few countries that went in earlier than us and a few after, but it was a similar sort of time frame. And, you know, it was a really good job that I started looking at Clickbank offers around then and started getting them, you know, pretty much instantly profitable, because my lead gen stuff just dried up. You know, no one was having a roofer come round to their home to give them a quote because people were locking down. You know, the businesses were locking down. There wasn't really anyone working apart from emergency services and key workers. So, and although, you know, the roofers, if your roof caves in, there's obviously going to be somewhere to fix it, but no one was just going to get a quote because their roof was maybe 10 years old and they fancied an update or whatever, right? So my lead gen stuff really dried up. And I remember as well, the mortgage industry as well, because what was the mortgage one? That just dried up crazily because there was so much organic traffic going from the search engines because people were looking to refinance digitally and all that stuff. So the mortgage offers as well, they just dried up crazily as well. Anyway, so I was running the weight loss stuff and I ran them throughout the summer whilst the world was in lockdown. And, you know, in fact, it is the main reason why I was able to generate so much money during 2020 was the weight loss stuff. I'm going to break down the numbers in a minute. And again, we're going to jump into my computer and go through and actually prove to you what the revenue was done in 3 different networks, okay? So I was running weight loss offers throughout the summer. And I think that's probably around the time when I last did my YouTube video. And then I decided to launch my own sort of content membership site, DA Digital Boss, and, you know, teach other people how to do this. And it was sort of like a beta. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just a good friend and mentor of mine promoted it to his list, you know, a $1 trial and then like a monthly rebill. You know, and it got some really good attention, but my merchant accounts after a couple of months got hit. PayPal shut me down, Stripe shut me down. Mental, absolutely crazy, really demoralizing because there was, you know, really good feedback on the content and it was a work in progress as well. So my merchant accounts got shut down completely, which meant I couldn't, you know, take any payments. So we basically just put that to bed for the time being. We'll be relaunching later this year with a much better setup. We're actually going to be doing it through Clickbank. So there's going to be a a lot more security there than me just getting shut down. So anyway, I did that and obviously got a taste of teaching people and all that good stuff, which was really cool. Helping people launch campaigns and troubleshooting stuff, which was awesome. And basically just laying out the steps that I took throughout 2020 to get to that point. And like I said, we're going to be looking at relaunching that over the next few months, probably towards May, June time this year. And then obviously in Q4 last year as well, my main traffic source at this point was Facebook ads. Okay, like 99% of the traffic that I was generating was all coming from Facebook ads. And obviously Q4 last year, if you ran Facebook ads or if you've ever ran Facebook ads, it doesn't just have to be Q4, but you'll probably know that they can be quite heavy on the ban hammer. So my ad accounts were getting shut down left, right and center. My personal profile got restricted from advertising. My other personal profile got restricted from advertising. It was a real crazy time. You know, the US elections were happening. Q4 was there, so CPMs were already skewed. COVID-19 staff shortages. It was a crazy few months to go through in the advertising world for Facebook. So it sort of led me to look at native, and I've been dabbling in native anyway. In fact, you can check out my previous videos. I actually got started in weight loss with Rev Content before I moved over to Facebook ads, again, probably around the March, April time. Again, I can't exactly remember, but if you look in my channel videos, you'll see when I started looking at launching Rev Content videos. And so I started going back to native, not just with the weight loss stuff, but also with the lead gen. So looking at launching windows and roofing and everything on native and not being tied down to one traffic source, which again is the diversification, making sure you diversify not just offers and niches, but also traffic sources. Do not put all your eggs in one basket, because if you do get shut down or caught out, it's not fun. So yeah, it was a crazy year. So in total, it was a really awesome year, you know, a great start from, you know, starting this business in January with like 5K, you know, available as ad spend, and being able to generate by the end of 2020 over $1.6 million, $1,624,000 to be precise, in that 12-month period is pretty good. You know, obviously I know people do way more than that, and you know, that's awesome. But you know, it was crazy for me. I've never made that type of money before. And obviously, you know, that's the revenue. Okay, we've got to point that out. That's the revenue. It's not the profit. The profit is, you know, I think around 35-40% in total. Again, we're going to break down the numbers in just a second. But it's still pretty good going, even just to make, you know, $500,000-$600,000 profit throughout 2020. You know, I'll take that every day of the week. Now, the majority of that was reinvested into scaling. Okay, so I'm reinvesting most of my money into scaling, investing into, you know, stocks, shares, crypto, and other things as well. And obviously taking some money out for the family and myself to make sure we can, you know, have the freedom and everything else. Obviously, it's been a bit difficult during 2020 with lockdowns, but you know, as soon as things get back to normal, there's a lot of traveling and events that I want to go to and vacations and all that good stuff. So let's jump into the computer anyway, and let's start breaking down some numbers. All right, so we're in Clickbank first. So this is my Clickbank account. I will refresh it. I see a lot of people doing that, and I'm probably been signed out. So I will sign back in. This is the main Clickbank account. I do have a few others, and I'm not going to bother going through them all. You know, there's probably another $10,000-$15,000 in the other ones. But I'm just going to stick with this one because this was the main one, okay? So I'm in my paycheck section, okay? So the reporting section, and I want to show you 2020 paychecks totaling $720, or just short of $720,000, $719,308, okay? Now, again, there's a few things that we have to take into account here. Okay, there's refunds and chargebacks, which, you know, are always going to happen no matter what, especially with physical products. And it's actually, I mean, again, talking about diversifying and everything else, research was amazingly good to start with, okay, throughout the first, you know, March through May. Very low refunds, very low, like 7-8% average refunds, which is pretty good for a physical product, for a supplement. But then they hit shipping issues, okay, and fulfillment issues, because there was a lot of affiliates promoting it, right? It was at the top. I think it's probably the highest gravity that's ever been recorded on a Clickbank product. There's been a few others that have definitely been close, maybe have caught it, but I think like at one point there was like over 800 gravity, which is incredibly good. And that's basically like a sort of score on Clickbank Marketplace, showing you how many affiliates are making money in a short period of time with that product, right? So obviously all these people making sales, maybe, you know, thousands of sales and units being moved every single day, they hit fulfillment issues, which obviously then push shipping back from a few days to a few weeks. People cancelled orders, people wondered where their product was, people hitting up support and obviously inundating support, you know, leading to maybe missed tickets and missed support issues, leading to chargebacks. So, you know, it was interesting times for sure, so which led me to another product, and I promoted a few other offers instead, and then I went and looked at a Metacore, which was, it came on Clickbank originally, and then it got, I think, some kind of DMCA, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some issue that meant it had to be pulled off Clickbank, and it went to a platform called Digistore. And Digistore is very similar to Clickbank, a little bit new, well, in fact, a lot newer. It's only been around for a few years. And I think it's a European company out of Germany, and Metacore moved over there, and a lot of affiliates followed it over because it converted extremely well, probably better than Research did when Research first came out, including me. I jumped over to that as well. So I did 719K. So I'm going to just copy and paste this onto a notepad on the other screen, and then I'm going to jump over to this offer or this page. We'll log in again. Okay, and I haven't promoted anything this year. There's a few $1,000s, I think, from the end of December that carried over into January. But what we'll do is we'll just do it just to show you. I mean, I'll do it from the year. I think I jumped over to here in September, but we'll do it from the full year anyway. So 719,000 in Clickbank, 504,063 in Digistore, and then we're going to quickly look at Clickdealer. So these were the same sort of thing, right? Weight loss supplements. I mean, and like I said, I did have other Clickbank accounts. I'm not going to take that into account, but I was running some digital products in the survival niche, which did really well. Other supplement offers as well. And the reason why I had them in different accounts is because I was firing the Facebook pixel inside of the Clickbank dashboard, right? So if I was promoting a survival offer, tinnitus offer, weight loss offer, you know, a children's reading offer, all out of the same Clickbank account and using the same Facebook pixel is obviously going to fire on all of those purchases, then I'm going to be collecting data, and it's just going to confuse Facebook and my ads when I'm optimizing for different things, right? So I kept different niches separate. But I'm not going to bother because this was the main one. So the 720K was the main one, 504,000 in Digistore, and then we're going to go to Clickdealer. And Clickdealer, so like what I've done here is I've stacked it up from the 1st of January 2020 and through to the 30th of December. For some reason I can't make it the 31st. It's only got 364 days or something able to cover. And we can see our revenue down here is $400,691 in revenue. And so we'll put that there as well because I've got the profit numbers as well. So obviously with all of these, I was running paid traffic. Okay, there was no organic traffic or, you know, no cost traffic. It was all paid. So again, the majority Facebook, and then a little bit of native and more native now. Like when I do an update video for this year and look through some of the strategies that I'm using this year, there's going to be a lot of content and focus on native ads because we're doing some really good things there. So profit wise, I'm going to move this over into the notepad. I'm just going to shuffle this over. So lead gen was Clickdealer, right? Revenue was $400,691. Profit was $130,691. So I spent around $270,000 in ad spend. So that is why obviously the 130,000, which is still a really good ROI. Okay, but then you can see how crazy the Clickbank numbers and Digistore, you know, we may as well combine these, but I'll leave them separate. But, you know, it's like 1.2 million, which is, you know, crazy. And obviously that's the bulk of what we were doing. Now, with it comes, you know, some quite high risk things because we're running weight loss and I was mainly running on Facebook ads. And like I said before, Facebook are quite ban happy. They'll just shut you down for, you know, I lost lead gen accounts for windows and roofing. So they don't have any issue in shutting you down over weight loss for making claims or like anything they're not too sure of, they'll shut you down. And I'm gonna go through some of the lessons that I learned in just a second. But you can see here, we've got the 500K, 700K, 400K, and then the profit, I think this is around, you know, 25 to 30%, which makes sense. I usually aim to get 30% profit margin. And so Clickdealer, 30%, we don't have to worry about any refunds here because this is a CPA, you're getting paid a cost per lead. So I really like this model. I'm going to be doing a lot more video content on this sort of lead gen offer and also about building a lead gen empire, building your own forms, capturing your data and then monetizing those leads, not just once through the offer that you're promoting, but multiple offers and then reselling leads and all this good stuff. It's very cool what we're doing. Okay, so Clickbank 720 with 300K or 295K profit. Now, there is something that I haven't minus from here. My average refund rate was 10%, okay? So we have to minus, you know, 30K out of this. So I'm left with, you know, real numbers after minus refunds. We're looking more like, and I'm not going to do the exact maths, but we're looking like 269K. No, 265K, sorry. Okay? Now, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm putting millions now. That's next year. All right, minus refunds in here. Again, now this was higher, okay? So Metacore and the Digistore offer, again, like with the research stuff, started off really well, as all offers do, because like the first couple of months, people are still receiving their orders, people are still, you know, checking it out, you're not scaled as high. But like in total, I think there's like 13% refund rate. So it's a lot higher than the Clickbank offers that I've been pushing. So 13% of the 500K, or let's just do it off the profit, 13% of that is going to be around 30K again. So we're actually looking at 207K profit, right? Now, I can't remember if I added up this in total, but 207, I should really use a calculator, but I'll show you how good at maths I am. So it's 472K in profit there, and 500, so 602. So yeah, what we have to do is just minus the 60K, right? Just take away 10% of that, and that's pretty much bang on point right there. So 600K profit gives me an ROI of 70% overall, which is extremely good. Now, granted, there's tools and softwares that I use for spying. I obviously pay for hosting. In total, I spend around $1,000 a month in spy tools and, you know, hosting and landing page builders, and a forum as well that I'm a member of. So $1,000 a month, you know, it's not too bad. Okay, so 70%. So, you know, in total, it's pretty crazy to think that from scratch with 5K, I was able to generate that much money and build a business this big and this fast. But like I said before, it's really not difficult when you've got the grasp of it and when you know the basics. There's not too many things to it, okay? You know, obviously you need a traffic source and you need a good offer, okay? And that's pretty much it. Obviously there's tracking, there's other little bits and pieces to it, but it really is often overcomplicated and it's not necessary to overcomplicate it. It's really quite simple when you get down to the basics of it. And obviously I'm going to be doing more videos. This is my first video back. I wanted to, you know, show you exactly where I've been and what I've done. And then I want to go into some lessons as well that I've learned. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you don't have to see my little head. You can see my big head instead. And I want to go through some lessons, right? So obviously through the whole year that I've been going, there's obviously been a few lessons. I've touched on some of them already. But I've numbered 4 of them, which jump to mind. And obviously the first one, again, which I've already touched on, is diversifying. And again, I'll link to a video in case you want to look in a bit more in depth as to why to diversify. But you know, not just diversifying offers and niches, but also traffic sources. So again, my example before was I was getting shut down on Facebook. Now, luckily I was already had some native ad campaigns flowing, not very much budget, but you know, they were still just like tinkering away. And I already had accounts and reps there. But if I had no other native ad accounts or anything like that, I was just all Facebook, Facebook shut me down, that is my earnings stopped, okay? I am done, there's no money coming in. Like I said, fortunately I had some, you know, a little bit of money flowing in from the native stuff, and I was obviously set up where I could just go, okay, boom, let's scale everything up on native. Like in hindsight, I should have already been, you know, more balanced, splitting maybe a 70-30 split instead of like a 99-1% split. You know, it's a lot harder to go from 1% and try and get that to 100% of your spend on one platform quickly. So, but fortunately, I already had the stuff there. I was able to start spending, you know, a decent amount there pretty quickly. But again, not just traffic sources, right? Offers and niches. So what I mean by that is, and I don't mind, I want to clear something up as well. So I'm not saying get on, you know, you've got a $10,000 budget and just spread it across 5 different traffic sources. I still think you need to get one traffic source mastered and focused on and profitable before you move to the next one. So I don't mean just like start diversifying straight off the bat. What I mean is get your first campaign dialed in. So get your first offer, your first niche and traffic source on one traffic source, so on Facebook ads, and get that profitable. And when it's profitable, reinvest some of your profits into testing out a new offer on or a new niche, or the same offer on a different traffic source. Okay, so now let's say you're running weight loss on Facebook, you've got it profitable. Now take a percentage of your profit and move that weight loss offer over to Rev Content or a native ad platform or to GDN or wherever, right? And the same, you know, or you could do, instead of moving the offer and scaling across to a different traffic source, you could get another offer. So now, you know, instead of running weight loss on Facebook, maybe you look at a lead gen offer. So now you diversified across 2 different verticals. So there's different ways of diversifying. And I think they're all important. But, you know, you just take one step at a time. If you really want to like really dial into weight loss or into one particular niche, start scaling across different traffic sources. Whereas if you want to, you know, have one traffic source or you know, I don't say have one traffic source. I think you should have more than one traffic source. But like, you know, maybe running multiple offers or niches across the same traffic source. So there's different ways to do it, but I think they're all pretty important. 1, you want to be diversified across the different niches and offers. And then 2 as well, you want to be diversified across the traffic sources. All right, so the number 2 lesson. All right, so my fancy camera and all the equipment I spent a little bit of money on the DSLR and some radio mic and all that other jargon, decided to max out at 30 minutes. So I apologize about that. So instead of having to reshoot it, I've just decided to switch over to the little, Logic camera on my computer. So I apologize if there's any distortion, any issue with the sound or video quality, but I'm not up for re-recording that. So I'm just gonna basically take off from where I left off. So, you can actually see the new Platinum, the Clickbank Platinum 2021 award came the other day in the post, which is cool. So that's the 250K in revenue in a calendar year, I think, through 2020. So that's an award that, like they say, 1% of the affiliates. There's quite a lot of people that get it. So obviously Clickbank's a huge marketplace, lots of affiliates. But it's pretty cool to get an award. I've also got something on Clickdealer gunning for a new Porsche, which I've got a contest running on there at the minute. So I've just made it onto the leaderboard. So there's a few months left. So hopefully in a few months' time, you'll be seeing a Porsche behind me and not the Clickbank plaque. Anyway, right. So let's go from where we left off. So lesson number 2, ad accounts. Okay, so making sure you've got backups. Now this is more for if you're doing the risky type of niches, so weight loss, diabetes, you know, you could pretty much say anything at the minute. Facebook's very, very delicate. But yeah, you know, it's definitely important, even if you are running completely white hat offers and niches, and you know, you shouldn't think Facebook could ever shut you down. Believe me, they will. You know, it's ridiculous, especially in, you know, the Q4 time of year. Crazy the amount of shutdowns and people getting shut down, restricted from advertising. Happened to me, happened to my other profile, lost multiple ad accounts, business managers. Did get a lot back and got my personal profiles back as well, thankfully. But you know, if that had took me out for like 3 months of the year, which I know a lot of people did get hit for that long, and you're, again, going back to diversifying, if you're only solely running Facebook, it's a real pain in the backside if you don't have any backup stuff. So backup ad accounts, really important. So you can farm your own, so creating your own profiles off of new mobile phones and all that stuff. Or you can buy them from trusted sources, which there are a few. There's quite a few different sources that are putting out good Facebook profiles, aged profiles with business managers, aged profiles with personal ad accounts, and at reasonable prices. You know, you can get them from anywhere from $100 through to $400 per account / business manager, which is pretty good price. But obviously they're not safe as well. You know, nothing is safe in the world of Facebook. But it's important to have, you know, if you've got a decent amount of profit coming in and you're solely running out of one business manager and you do not have any backups, I would 100% create some or buy some. And there's a few things that I'll be showing you on this YouTube channel coming in the future. There's a few hacks that I know where you can create extra business managers. You've got 2 for your personal profile, but there's also another way that you can get another couple as well, which I'll show you at a later date. So you want to max those out, and then also friends, family, you know, mum, sister, dad, brother, uncle, auntie, get as many business managers as you can, so you can spread them about. And then also getting a family member or friend or second profile as an admin on all of those business managers. Should your profile get shut down and restricted, you will not be able to add anyone to that business manager, which is why you need a backup admin to all your business managers. Okay, so that's a really important tip. Okay, lesson number 3, and this hit me in September of 2020, is if a campaign's negative for 5 days straight, kill it. Okay, and I mean, fortunately I was able to bring it back, but I went, I think, like 25 days straight. I think this was the last video that I did on YouTube, actually, where I talked about how, you know, been negative in, you know, losing money. I think I lost like 15, you know, don't quote me, but I think I lost around 20k through September of 2020, and that was solely because the offer stopped working and I could not get it back, and I would not give up on it. I was really being stupid, is the word for it. I should have just give up on it and moved on to a different offer, moved on to a different niche, moved on to a different whatever, right? Instead, I kept on spending money every day trying to get that offer back with hopes that it would come back. And it, well, obviously I did manage to get profitable again, but I think it's because I switched offers. But like for the, you know, most of September was red, negative. And yeah, like I don't know exactly how much I lost. I managed to turn it around, I think, towards the end of September, which managed to bring it back a little bit. But, you know, expensive lessons. Definitely, if something's negative for 5 days, just stop it. You know, and this depends on your risk threshold, right? Like if you're maybe a little bit more sensitive to risk and loss, then obviously stop it after 3 days or whatever your threshold is. I wouldn't say 1 day, because any campaign can have a bad day, right? But like if like after 3 to 5 days, it's negative every single day, just stop that campaign. Either let it rest a while so you can assess the data, or just move on to something else. Put that money into something else. Hopefully if you're diversified, you can just pour that money into something else that's profitable whilst you look at trying to get something else back up and running, right? So that's a big one, and I got hit hard by that in September. Although it, you know, managed to bring it back, you know, it was a lot of stupidity on my part. And then number 4, the final one that I'm going to drop here, is build a team and do this ASAP. Okay, so you cannot do everything on your own, not for long anyway, and when you cannot run more than 2 or 3 campaigns on your own for any, you know, lengthy amount of time. Let's have a quick swig. And because you got to think about it, right? If you're doing everything, and it's fine to do everything yourself, and I think that's quite important as well, that you do make sure you have an understanding of every component of, spying, of ripping landing pages, of creating your own landing pages, installing pixels, making tag manager work, all that good stuff, setting up ad campaigns, optimizing the data, reading through the data, setting up your tracker. I think that's really important, that you have, the insight as to how everything works. But I really don't think I'm getting messages now from one of my team, that's why I'm getting distracted. But I really don't think you should, carry on doing that for any amount of time, right? Make sure you know how it works, so you know what to look for in someone else's work. But definitely, you shouldn't be doing, building landing pages and installing pixels, because it's pretty easy work. Once you've done it once and you've recorded a Loom video or some kind of video of you doing it, then get your VA to create an SOP and get them to learn it, and then obviously they can do it, and it's going to save you so much more time, because that can be a huge time constraint, ripping landers, building landers for new offers, for testing new things, testing against control, testing new offers, testing new niches, verticals, geos, whatever it is. Can take a lot of time if you're doing that yourself. So especially if you're running like long form advertorials, then a lot of work goes into them. So just for that one task, for landing pages, you could have a VA do all your landing pages, and you can get a very good VA from a site like onlinejobs.ph, which is a Filipino site, with some awesome VAs, awesome graphic designers, awesome project managers, pretty much all different types of roles that you'll need. You can find someone who can do the job on online jobs. There's also Upwork and the freelance sites. You can even go off Fiverr and get graphics done, images, videos, that type of stuff. So it's really important, and it definitely frees up more time for you to focus on the things that you're good at, or the things that you need to hold important, such as building connections with your affiliate managers, with your reps, making sure you're getting exclusive deals, exclusive assets through different offers that you're running. Really, really important. So always testing new things, looking for new offers is what you should be doing, and then outsourcing the rest. Obviously, if you want to do the media buying, that's cool as well, because that's probably the next most important thing, is making sure your media buying is good and profitable. So yeah, you want to be taking care of that until you find someone who you can trust with that as well. So I'm going to wrap it up there. That's pretty much 40 minutes in, I think. I haven't edited it, so I don't know what it's going to come out at, but it's definitely been, a little bit of a slog. I apologize about the camera. I apologize about not being on the channel for the months that have gone past, but that's going to change now. I'm going to be making a real big effort, putting out a lot of good content on this channel on affiliate marketing. So if you want to stay up to date, if you want to make sure you learn some of the hacks, some of the things that I've been doing, some of the traffic sources that I'm using, how I optimize different, native ads, how I optimize my Facebook stuff, how I spy, all of that good stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you like the video, if you got any value from the video, please do like it and hit the notification bell to stay up to date when I drop a new video. Cheers, guys.